Don't worry, Mom. I'm eating right.
Me too, Mama.
I just introduced the boys to the barbecue. Wholesome roast beef, slow simmered in Arby's tangy Western barbecue sauce. Yep, Arby's takes the time to make an barbecue just right.
Don't worry, Mama. Cookie finally rustled up some good grub.
Hey, go get some more of them barbecue sandwiches.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, Mom. They're eating right at Arby's.
It's Arby's Chicken Variety Show starring the fabulous chicken filet sandwich. Tender chicken breast filet with a surprise appearance by mayo and lettuce. Now here's that popular star with the French accent, Arby's Chicken Cordon Bleu. Chicken filet, lean ham, and Swiss. Now favored on the club circuit, Arby's unique roast chicken club. Tender roast chicken strips followed by bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes.
Now co-starring a spicy new twist to fries, Arby's Curly Fries.
What can you buy for $5 these days? Maybe one of these, or a couple of these, perhaps one of these. But right now at Arby's, $5 buys you 5 regular roast beef sandwiches. 5 lean, tender, slow-roasted roast beef sandwiches, served on toasted sesame seed buns. So come into Arby's now, where $5 buys you 5 regular roast beef sandwiches. Or go somewhere else where $5 buys you, well...
For everyone ate burgers, everything was dull. Then Arby's opened. And things changed. Now celebrate 25 years of the Arby's difference. Get our original roast beef sandwich for only 64 cents. Just buy any Arby's roast beef sandwich and get our regular slow-roasted roast beef sandwich for only 64 cents. 25 years ago, Arby's opened. And things changed. Now taste the Arby's difference and get our regular roast beef sandwich for 64 cents.
It's back, Cincinnati. Arby's famous beef and cheddar sandwich is only 99 cents. And now we're making our curly fries even better. Introducing Arby's cheddar fries.
Who did Arby's make their supersized sports bottle for? Active guys like you. Arby's 32-ounce sports bottle. Go for it.
25 years ago, Arby's opened and changed the world. Because that's the class of 64.
First Arby's opened, then the Beatles came to America. Just coincidence? I don't think so.
We ate burgers for years. Nothing happened. Then Arby's came along and boom, miniskirt. You gotta love a restaurant like that.
Now celebrate. Get a regular Arby's roast beef sandwich for just 99 cents. A lean, slow-roasted roast beef sandwich, only 99 cents at Arby's.
Arby's changed the world, and we're grateful.
Happy Beef Day, America, from Arby's. It's our 17th birthday, so this Saturday and Sunday, Arby's is having an incredible nationwide Happy Beef Day celebration. Arby's regular-sized roast beef sandwiches are just 79 cents. That's right, 79 cents all weekend long.
79-cent roast beef sandwiches.
That's the price they were 17 years ago.
Happy Beef Day!
79-cent roast beef sandwiches this weekend only. Arby's is doing the French dip. Everyone's dipping into Arby's fantastic new French dip sandwich.
We dip it at Arby's.
You'll go overboard for the hottest sandwich in town. Loads and loads of lean, trim roast beef on a long hearth-baked roll. Pick it up and dip it into hot, natural beef juices, and you're doing the French dip.
Come in and dip it.
French dip is one of Arby's 4 new deli specialties. From Arby's.
America's roast beef. Yes, sir. Come in and dip it.
Arby's introduces Chicken Cordon Bleu. Arby's new Chicken Cordon Bleu, a masterpiece, a triumph, a great sandwich. Arby's tender breast of chicken filet, topped with savory ham and melted Swiss cheese, all on a fresh poppy seed roll. Arby's new Chicken Cordon Bleu sandwich, a performance for the taste buds, appearing only at Arby's.
For a limited time only at participating Arby's.
Who's eating his way through Arby's? Pac-Man! Arby's new Pac-Man glass is so popular, everything at Arby's is being gobbled up. There goes a roast beef deluxe. There goes a sub. Whoops, there goes our logo. Come to Arby's today for your fabulous Pac-Man glass. But you better hurry, that Pac-Man is insatiable. There's no stopping him. Get your official Pac-Man glass today, only at Arby's.
You say Arby's, you say masterful, you say Arby's, you say colorful, you say Arby's, you say youthful, you say Arby's, you say handful, Arby's, you say roomful, you say Arby's, you say wonderful.
You say Arby's, Arby's, Arby's. You
said a mouthful.
Arby's, great taste. You said a mouthful.
Everyone loves Arby's. Pee-wees love Arby's. Rocky loves Arby's.
Pee-wees love Arby's.
You and I love roast beef at Arby's. American roast beef, yes sir.
Lean, trim, delicious roast beef with some of the best toppings in the USA.
You UFOs love Arby's. Slide in and get it. Arby's, America's roast beef, yes sir.
Don't worry, Mama. I'm eating right. I'm eating a good dinner at Arby's.
Don't worry, Mama. I'm eating a good dinner at Arby's.
Arby's wholesome super roast beef platter is some dinner. You'll love our super roast beef sandwich, fresh coleslaw, and crispy potatoes.
It's the kind of meal Arby's takes the time to make right.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm eating a good dinner at Arby's.
Don't worry, Mom. You're eating right at Arby's.
We've rolled your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavors into a parade of irresistible Easter Bunny ice cream cakes.
Well, hello, you sweet thing, you.
Hop in for one today.
Baskin-Robbins Sunday treat. A football special that can't be beat. Guaranteed, guaranteed.
Baskin-Robbins gives you a lot to cheer about with an NFL football helmet sundae. 2 scoops of your favorite ice cream. Your choice of our cheeriest toppings. All served in a mini football helmet. You can pick your favorite NFL team or collect all 28.
All for Baskin-Robbins, stand up and shout.
A Baskin-Robbins 2-scoop sundae served in a mini helmet. And the helmet is free.
Scoop Wilson here with the play-by-play on the season's biggest baseball event. Baskin-Robbins Baseball Helmet Sundaes. A double play with your favorite ice cream flavors. There's action on the mound now as a flat is poured on and the toppings hit home. Best of all, you get your sundae served in a mini baseball helmet. Choose your favorite teams or collect all 26. Baskin-Robbins, you're batting 1,000. A 2-scoop sundae served in a mini baseball helmet. And the helmet's free.
I'm Beefsteak Charlie, and you're going to get spoiled with free shrimp.
6 juicy steaks cooked up just like you like them. And sweet tender shrimp flowing endlessly. All the shrimp and the fixins you can eat with your dinner are free, absolutely free.
At our salad bar,
you're gonna get spoiled.
We will treat you right.
You're gonna get spoiled.
With shrimp
at Beefsteak Charlie's tonight.
At Beefsteak Charlie's, for just $10.99, get all the barbecue baby back ribs you can eat. Potato, unlimited shrimp and salad, and beer, wine, or sangria, all for $10.99 at Beefsteak Charlie.
At Beefsteak Charlie's, enjoy all the barbecued baby back ribs you can eat with a baked potato, unlimited shrimp, salad bar, beer, wine, or sangria, all at Beefsteak Charlie's.
I'm Beefsteak Charlie, and this is my nephew, Beefsteak Chuck. Chuck went to restaurant school. He told me to put in a unique, deliciously fresh salad bar filled with healthy vegetables, homemade salads, and my own secret recipe dressings.
Plus, with dinner's the shrimp, for which my uncle is justly famous.
And thick, tender steaks.
And beer, wine, or sangria with dinner.
At Beefsteak Charlie's, we won't stop giving until you say uncle.
Uncle.
Until you say uncle.
Got this last picture, and I just...
It's amazing how you can escape from the everyday at Bennigan's.
Hey, what happened to you?
Bennigan's, where you get a taste of a good time even before the food arrives.
Shrimp crossing.
Altogether, it's the kind of escape you could only make at Bennigan's. Your escape from the everyday.
See you at Bennigan's. We need this now.
Now,
Tonight.
Like tonight? Like
when you
yesterday?
need to
Not tomorrow?
escape from the everyday,
Tonight.
escape to Bennigan's.
This man needs help.
Escape to the people who help you unwind.
Can I help you, Jack?
All the help I can get.
Escape to the kind of food
How's our
that
friend here?
leaves the everyday far behind. Only Bennigan's is your escape from the everyday.
Bob's Big Boy Restaurants wanted to know what you'd put on the perfect hamburger. I want a big beef patty.
Hot and juicy, crisp, fresh lettuce. Forget lettuce. I want onions.
A big ripe red tomato. I like a nice big warm bun with lots of sesame seeds.
Thick Thousand Island. No, just ketchup.
Keep your hands where they are.
I want a lot of mustard.
Is that it, huh?
No way, where's the bacon?
Cheese and bacon.
Bob's put everything for the perfect hamburger together on one plate and called it the VIP. How you put them together is up to you.
I think you should get whatever you want on a hamburger.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Oh, my goodness. Hope everybody's doing well. Man, oh, man. Yeah. Where to begin? We're going to talk a little bit about Summer Wells. But not really. We're just going to talk about the absolute fuckery that surrounds it. Because I can't, like, I can't compute, even now, even 2.5 years later, I can't compute, you know, like why this is such a grift. Let me, it's like, I rarely ever review this guy, okay? I rarely ever do. Like, I'll take the occasional jab at him. You know what I mean? I'll take the occasional jab at him. He takes his occasional jabs at me. We don't like each other at all. But I took the time to watch about half of this, and then I was like, all right, okay. Let me just play it so you guys just can see what I'm talking about here. You can probably hear my coffee percolating back there.
What's going on, guys?
So he's got this dark ass ominous music going on. Like, it's so weird. And the thumbnail is like a picture of Summer, right? But it's a picture of Summer where she's looking very, you know, it's manipulated. It's not altered, but the use of the picture is manipulated to make it look creepy. You know, not, you know, in any way, shape, or form in honor of her or you know, how sweet she was and how happy she was. None of that, because that wouldn't fit this narrative that's being spun here. He hasn't even started talking yet. All I'm talking about is the ominous music. It's all fucking weird. and then and then the I mean, this thumbnail is just, it's deliberate.
Guys, Dolly back in the house. Today, we're doing another video on little Summer Wells and her family. But first, of course, if you're brand new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and ring that bell for notifications.
I mean, he has life-size fucking dummies of slasher characters from slasher films, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually kind of cool. You know, I you know what I mean? Like, the effort put into the look there is kind of cool. But the problem is that when you're talking about missing children, I would go as far as to possibly call it inappropriate. But all it does is just make him look stupid. It doesn't, like, I don't find it offensive, you know, or anything like that. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like, you're kind of showing that you don't really give a fuck. That this is all just entertainment for you. Like, this is the setting that you want to set for discussing the case of a missing child, which we have no information on. And the setting that you want to set here is that of a fictional homage to slasher films. You know? So it just seems as though seems as though you just don't seem to give a shit. You know, and I mean, it's obvious that you don't. We know you don't. We know 90% of the people who talk about Summer on this platform don't give a shit. Because if you did, you just let the cops do their fucking job. You know, you would sit here and perpetuate all these stupid fucking rumors, which is what you do in this video, which is
notifications and share my ugly face on any social media platform you choose. So today we're going to talk a little bit about
I mean, got to give them credit. Like, if you get information correctly, okay, it wouldn't be fair for me to not point that out, you know, because he's going to get information that's wrong, you know, but in the interest of being fair, saying something accurate deserves some acknowledgement. So yes, his ugly fucking face. His face is fucking ugly. So yes, he's got that correct so far. So good start here, Dolly.
The boys, you remember the three boys, Summer's three little brothers that were in the house the day Summer was taken? Well, here's the most up-to-date information we have on that. So it appears that the boys were taken from the Wells family about.
I just can't take this dude fucking seriously, dude. Like, that's my whole thing. Is people are like, there's people that love him, you know, cool, you know, and there's people that fucking hate his guts. I'm not one of those people that hates his guts. Okay, like he's too easy to laugh at. You know, he's too dumb. Yeah. It's not, you know what I mean? You don't make fun of the kids on the small bus on you know what I mean? That's not okay. You don't make fun of them. That's a shitty thing to do. You know? I mean, well, and you definitely don't hate him. Okay? But the thing is this is something else. Whatever the fuck is going on with this dude is something that I can never begin to explain. But it's fascinating to watch this brain function the way that his does. Oh my goodness. Cuck Church, don't do it, bro. Already?
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think think we got a super chat.
That's Dolly's girlfriend right there. He really is a munchkin. Thank you, Lisa Holdoms. Yeah. So I've never, ever in my life, off the subject a little bit, I've never in my life seen someone simp so hard for somebody just because they happen to be YouTube famous. It was really, yeah. So Dolly was talking about me talking about Cuck Church one time, right? This was a while back. This is during the Kylie Rodney stuff, I think. And Cuck Church, like, it really bothers him when I talk about him, by the way. He's gotten really mad a couple of times. He even copyright claimed me for the last time I went over him, which is really, really funny. You're not going to use my stuff. It was just really funny. So I I can't take these people seriously. I just can't. And then he mentioned something. He just wouldn't mention my name, but seeing as I was probably the only one who actually reviewed his insane video about the internet, I'm pretty sure he was talking about me. I've gotten under his skin a couple times, but he showed up in Dolly's chat a while back. I can't remember how long ago it was. And he super chatted him $500, right? Cuck Church super chatted Dolly $500. And so Dolly, ever since then, has just crawled up and built himself a little mansion in Ryan Cuck Church's asshole. He's awfully cozy in there. I can't take this guy seriously. I can't hate him, because I can't take him seriously.
About a month after Summer Wells went missing, roughly around July 26th. Now, there was no real reason that social services gave for taking the boys, but Don took.
Why is this the subject matter? This is what I find very interesting. Why is this the subject matter? The kids being taken from the home. He says himself, we don't know why the kids were taken from the home. They don't tell you. It's not public information. There's children involved. And it's not news either. Right, Cherry?
Took it upon himself to act as a spokesperson, and he said himself that his house was unsafe because of people driving by. Now, there was no real reason that social services gave for taking the boys, but
they don't give you a real reason. Oh my goodness.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, just another mother, because you're hot. Appreciate that. But Dolly, hey, listen, Dolly is quite the ladies' man, bro. Virtually, anyway. Quite the virtual ladies' man. Now, I want to say there have been, I think that he's just careless. I think that he enjoys attention. And he's just careless with women online. And people will say, oh, he's a rapist and he's this and that. And I'm not going to say that, because I still, even regardless of my opinions of this dude and how I feel about his character, for me to label somebody anything like that, I need definitive proof. So I'm just not jumping to that conclusion. And the behavior of the people who were accusing him was very made it very difficult to find them credible. So I'm not jumping on that bandwagon, and I'm not going to spread that rumor or perpetuate that rumor or that narrative about him in any way, shape, or form. I just won't do that. But I think that he just, was careless, with the attention he was getting with women, and took people's feelings for granted, and they got pissed off and they lashed out at him. That's what it fucking looks like to me. And, it does happen. But as far as that goes, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm not going to perpetuate that narrative at all. I need tangible fucking proof of something like that.
But Don took it upon himself to act as a spokesperson, and he said himself that his house was unsafe because of people driving by there, YouTubers, different things of that nature, and that is the reason they took the boys. But we only know this because that is what Don Wells is telling us.
Now, this is what's interesting about that. What's really interesting about that is, the question is, do I believe that? Right? Do I believe what Don is saying? Do I believe that Don told the truth about why the boys were removed from the home? The answer is, it's none of my fucking business. Even if I had an opinion, I wouldn't tell you, because it's none of my fucking business. It's none of your fucking business. That is a personal family issue. And until there's evidence that they actually did something to hurt their children, to hurt Summer, because the issue is Summer Wells. Remember the little girl? Remember that? The one he hasn't even mentioned in this video yet? The one that this is all about? Remember her? Well, until you show me proof that Don and or Candace did something to hurt Summer, then the other shit is none of my fucking business. And it's none of your fucking business either. Nobody's. Because a bunch of you in this chat right now have your own personal problems at home. And they could range from domestic violence to child abuse to who the fuck knows. These things could very well happen to anybody here in this chat. But I'm not out to find out what that is. That's none of my business. I'm grateful that you're here. But I don't give a fuck about what's going on in your lives. And I just won't. I won't. And the same goes for these families in these situations. All I care about is the evidence in regards to the case itself, in regards to the issue. Simple. I don't want anything, any information that's not absolutely relevant to Summer's disappearance. And that's not relevant. Just because someone's kids were taken, when you don't know what the circumstances were that these children were removed from the home, well, then you don't have any logical reasoning to be able to pass judgment and connect those things. You don't know why those children were removed from that home. And you shouldn't know why. Because as far as anybody's concerned, these are simply parents who have a missing child. So
shortly after the boys were taken, Don Wells is cut off of all communications with the boys because allegedly he tried to take one of the boys to the side and talk about things with the boy that social services asked him not to talk to the boy about.
Dude, he doesn't even look like a YouTuber. You know what he looks like to me? And what this sounds like, the way that he talks, It's like public access television in the Appalachians. That's like this looks like a sketch comedy, like a parody of a public access Appalachian channel. This looks like a joke. And especially since he's not fucking saying anything relevant to Summer Wells's case.
About alone, and Don Wells was trying to have a little sneaky conversation with his son, so they cut off all communications with Don.
A sneaky conversation with his son. He wanted to talk to his fucking kid, dude. Like, he wanted to talk to his kid. A sneaky conversation with his son. Like, you see that implication? I mean, just look at that guy. Look at that guy. I could just see those two little hamsters just spinning around under that hat.
On Wells. So at this point, Don can't talk to the boys, but Candace still can. Now, instead of Candace getting her stuff together, Candace calls up the boys, and it appears that she is intoxicated. Now, we've heard Candace come out and say she was going through medical conditions. She may have had a stroke. But the truth is they called that family, and the family that has the boys had no problems with the communications until they started breaking the rules. Now,
I'd love to know where he's getting this information. Because he's speaking about all this shit as though it's facts, and there's no fucking way to know it. You know what I mean? How does this jackass, how is he privy to this information? Nobody is. That's all fucking rumor. All of it is fucking rumor.
This is all alleged, but it appears that Candace had called the boys, and one of the boys told Candace that he no longer wanted to come home. Now, you got to look at this point. They've been in custody of CPS in a foster home for the last 2 years. So at this point, these boys have probably got situated, made friends, got used.
Let me make another point here. Another very simple observation, or let's say speculation. Very simple speculation that I've made that should be common sense to anyone who follows true crime cases. And nobody wants to acknowledge the likelihood that these boys were probably most definitely forensically interviewed. Guaranteed. 5-year-old sister went missing. They were there at the house. And yet nothing's come up. But I guarantee you that those boys were interviewed forensically. Forensic interviews had to have been taken place. Guaranteed, especially if the FBI was involved. So nobody wants to acknowledge this likelihood, because I mean, again, that is another thing that is important here. There's nothing to indicate that either parent had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. There's more to indicate not. There's more to indicate not. You don't get to just jump to a conclusion because you don't like people and you don't approve of their lifestyle. That's not how shit works. That's not how true crime works. I mean, unfortunately, it is. That's the problem. That's the problem. There's too many fucking channels that do this fuckery. It's asinine.
used to their life. They're living, and they're probably happy with it. They have lived a totally dysfunctional life, I believe. And at this point, they're living a normal life. And why would you want to return back to the craziness? After the boys were taken,
what craziness?
When it was going through court,
what craziness, Dolly? What craziness are you absolutely aware of? Were you there? Were you there? Have you talked to the boys or Summer to know what craziness was going on in that house? I mean, Tiffany Marie's a fucking idiot. Like, anybody who listens to that person, there's always like this certain class of people who keep doing the same shit, you know? Like she started a rumor about me, but it didn't stick. It didn't take, because look at the source. That's all that matters. People are like, oh my God, can you believe what she said about you? And I'm like, yeah. You know, look who we're talking about. You're not mad? No, I'm not mad, because nobody worth a shit is going to take anything that person says seriously. Nobody worth a shit. Why would I ever worry about that?
The judge put a gag order on the case. And now, just recently, some of you may know Robin Lane. Some people call her the church lady. She has recently tried to gain custody.
See, man, people should just leave that woman's name out of all of this. You know? Like, I feel so bad for that lady. All she's been is a supportive entity. That's it. An entity of pure support and kindness throughout this whole bullshit. She's been harassed. She's been doxxed. Her kid got harassed by Molly Golightly in a church. Like, I mean, these people are fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how people don't look at that shit and go, what the fuck? Like, all right, let's just say you're okay with them, you know, doing what they do to Don and Candace because you don't like how they live their lives, blah, blah, blah. You think they're guilty, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Fine. Let's just say hypothetically. Now, why her? Why Robin? You know what I mean? Like, she's not doing anything wrong. She hasn't done anything wrong. Why are people giving her shit? Why are people just keeping her name out of everything? If anybody's earned it, it's her. I mean, like, how do you not see that you're a piece of shit for calling this lady out?
Custody of the boys. And at this point, we don't really know the outcome of that. We don't know if it was continued or what, but we do know that at some point she was trying to gain custody of the boys. And I believe if she gains custody of the boys, that's just putting the boys right back in the hands of Don and Candace. And yesterday, there was a video.
What is exactly wrong with you, Dolly? What in a word, like in a word, can you like describe? Because I don't understand you, dude. Like, medically.
I'm retarded?
I guess so. Jesus, dude. Like, who were you to say that? Who were you to say that that is the same as putting those kids? Why would you think anything less of that woman just simply wanting to do what's best for those boys? Simply being someone who is a better option. I mean, because it's very simple. Like when CPS, first of all, there had to be, I trust that there was a very good reason why CPS took those boys. I'm sure there was, because CPS does not want to break up families. And what they really don't want, and this sounds a little fucked up, but it's the truth. What they don't want is a mouth to feed. They don't want to take kids and then put them in the system and then have to take care of them. The less kids they have, the less money is spent. I mean, it's just simple economics. So they don't, the last thing that they want to do is separate a family. And what they'll do before they actually take custody of the child, what they'll do is they'll normally even look at least this is how it was in Georgia. They'll look at anybody who's close to the family to see if they'll take them. Obviously, do an inspection of the home, make sure that it's fit, talk to the parents, whatnot. But anybody who's close to the to these kids. So I would think, I'm just speculating here, I don't know, but I would think that if Robin Lane wanted to take those kids, she could by now. She could have. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't. She has her own child. She's married. She has a job. She goes to church quite regularly. Probably one of the kindest looking people I've ever seen. Just incredibly kind. Everything I've seen about her is absolutely pleasant. So I don't understand the attack on her. And who's to say that she's just not a common sense person, that even though she cares for the Wells, it doesn't mean that she's going to automatically take the boys once she has them and give them back to the Wells. If they're unfit, then they're unfit. I think that what she cares about is the well-being of those children. If that's the case, if this rumor that he's talking about is true, that Robin Lane wanted to take these boys, take custody of them, or at least temporary custody of them, well then, A, I don't think she would have any trouble doing so, and B, I have no reason to think that she would violate any of the court's orders, any of the court's requirements. And if the requirements are that they're not to have contact with the Wells, then she's going to honor that. Why wouldn't she do that? So to just jump to this conclusion like this is just a really shitty, stupid thing to do.
Post it to the official Summer Wells YouTube page from Robin to the boys. Also, she hashtagged all their names in the video, made the video kid friendly, and then started, showing cards that people had wrote for the kids, doing blessings over the cards, and sharing pictures and things of that nature. So she is trying to gain custody. She is trying to get in contact with the kids through what I see as some shade.
Idiot. How in the fuck does that dictate that she's trying to get custody? That she was showing the support from the community? Like that how is that? That shit makes no sense. Hold on. I gotta hear this pattern of thinking again.
Also, she hashtagged all their names in the video, made the video kid friendly, and then started, showing cards that people had wrote for the kids, doing blessings over the cards, and sharing pictures and things of that nature. So she is trying to gain custody. She is trying to get in contact with the kids through what I see as some shady means coming from the church lady, Robin.
What the fuck?
And this is just an attempt to get these boys back so Don and Candace Wells can have access to them. That's what I truly believe. I do not believe that Robin's in it to make sure these.
That's because you're a fucking moron, bro. Like, I swear, like, if I ever had any doubt about your stupidity, dude, which it's crossed my mind from time to time, because I'll be like, wait, man, that's a pretty smart, like, I'll give them credit. The fucking Turtle Island thing, that shit is fucking borderline genius. It's a great way to make money. It's great. Genius. Totally. I will absolutely give them credit for that. But then shit like this fucking happens. You know? Like, I always want to give these people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, I always want to give these people the benefit of the doubt. And then, like, you know, there's something like that. And then they go and say some fucking stupid, like, galactically stupid thing like what he just said. You know? And then I'm just like, every fucking time, dude. This guy's such an idiot.
For these boys have a healthy, safe life. She is trying to just help out a friend or somebody that has gotten over on them, and she believes Don and Candace, and she's trying to help as a good person, but
it doesn't even occur to him. That's what's really funny in that fucking limited fucking brain of his. It doesn't even occur to him that she would do it just to be someone that is familiar to the boys, doing the best thing for these children. It doesn't even occur to him that that would be the reason, which is very fascinating to me. Like, it goes right over his fucking dome, dude.
But as I believe she's doing the wrong thing, the best thing I think is she could stay out of this and let these boys have a normal life. And if the Wells were still going through court, and
they could still have a normal life. Who's to say that she couldn't provide them that normal life? She's got all the tools. You know, like, she's already, you know what I mean? But no, I don't think that she, you know, I mean, and also it's like, can she even afford it? Who knows what her income's like? You know what I mean? That's fucking, what, 3 kids, dude, right there? The fuck is that? Hopefully they don't get separated, you know, but system's a bitch sometimes.
And still trying to get custody at this point, wouldn't they still be under this gag order? Why are
there's no update here? Like, so the title itself is clickbait bullshit already. You know what I mean? Like, the title itself is already clickbait bullshit. There's no update here. There's no actual information. This is the same shit that, like, all of these other channels do.
are these people trying to reach out to the kids through third parties when they know they ain't supposed to have any contact with the kids? Now, here's the question. In court, has Don and Candace Wells lost complete custody of these boys? That's the $1 million question.
No, it's not.
At this point,
it's not the $1 million question. Only stupid, nosy, fuckhead, shitty people give a fuck about that. I don't even think I could repeat that. But yeah, those kind of people, only them give a fuck about that. Like, that is not anybody's business. It's nobody's fucking business. If they lose custody or get custody, that is a private family issue. I mean, I know he doesn't like people talking about his brother and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not even going to stoop to that. You know? Like, this is all I give a shit about. And what blows my mind is it's not just him. There's so many fucking idiots up here. And I'm not even just talking about the creators, because they get like fucking 500, 600 people in their chat. It's insane. And it's all just Don and Candace hating. Like, it's all it is. Just fucking raw. It's just a fucking river. That chat is a river of hatred for Don and Candace Wells. It's so bizarre. Like, and I don't even understand it. You know? All these judgmental motherfuckers with their own problems in their fucking lives, you know, like, pass a judgment on these people because they live differently than they do. You don't know what the fucking circumstances of those people's fucking house was. You don't know if they fought the way that they have on YouTube streams, like when the kids were in the house. You don't even know. Probably they did. But I mean, dude, like, there's a lot of families that argue and fight, and it doesn't mean that they did something to their child. You know, I mean, it's to just jump to that conclusion is insane. I mean, everybody here has their fucking problems, man. Everybody, dude, it's almost fucking human nature for people to just be totally, disappointed with how their childhood was. Everybody's got a fucking rough childhood, dude. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got the I can top your fucking sad story, you know? I mean, but the thing is like, that doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's going to murder somebody or they're capable of it. You know? I'm not out here about to judge nobody, man, for how they live in their house, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it. You know, but I seriously doubt Dolly is. You know what I mean? Like, does this guy fucking look to you like an authority on how fucking people should be fucking living their lives at home? I mean, just drink that shit in right now, bro. Look at that. Drink it in, y'all. This dude's out here talking about people losing kids. You know what I'm saying?
Point is that's why Robin has stepped up trying to get them back. Now, are these people trying to be parents all of a sudden, or are they trying to control what these boys say to the public? Now, you got to remember, the reason why Don can't talk to his boys is because he tried to pull him aside and have a private...
Bro. Dude, like... what the kids are going to say to the public. These kids don't talk to the public, dude. I mean, bro, I'm trying to tell you. Like, how do you not hear how stupid you sound when you talk? You know what I mean? Like, you just... the kids talking to the public. Kids don't talk to the public, dude. And I guarantee that they all had forensic interviews done. Guaranteed. They don't know anything. If they did, there'd have been an arrest made. Guaranteed.
Private conversation with him after they told him not to. Was that private conversation, was that about Summer and his sister and what he said and didn't say? That's the problem here. Was Don trying to coach his son? Now,
you don't fucking know that. You don't fucking know that. Now, here's the thing. It could be that Summer's disappearance is extremely traumatic for her brothers. Okay? And it could be that Don said something in regards to Summer, in regards to we're going to find her or blah, 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 or, you know, I'm sure she misses you and wherever she is, anything. And was probably instructed to not discuss Summer because it's traumatic for the boys. And he probably brought it up. Maybe. Who knows? I have no more of an idea that that's true than whatever the fuck he's saying happened. All I'm saying is it could have been anything. It could have absolutely been anything. It probably could have not even been about Summer. But the fact is, it's just fascinating to me that this guy has absolutely no empathy in the sense that it doesn't enter his mind that the children are traumatized by the fact that their sister is missing. And maybe they're in need of a healthier environment. And the state is trying to control this. And if Don isn't complying, then, you know, they're going to take further measures. But that could be about fucking anything. Like, this guy's just making shit up.
If they did love and care about these kids and knowing that they cannot provide for their children, they would let these kids have a happy life and live somewhere where they could live a normal life and have a chance in life. Now, you guys tell me what you think in the comments down below. Do you think it's a good thing if Robin gets these boys? Do you think that's just a way for her to give access to Don and Candace back to these boys? And it's the whole thing that's going on with Don and Candace right now. Just a big act. You guys let me know in the comment box down below. And if you watched this far, I'd like to thank you. Make sure if you're new, you sub up, like us, share us. And I'm Dolly. I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Okay, so I got to see the comments.
Why are these people trying to reach out to the kids?
All right. See, somebody with some sense said something here. I think whatever makes the boys feel safe and happy, the decision should be the boys, and have them speak with legal counsel that represents the boys and advocates what is in their best interest. Praying for these kids. Where is Summer, Don, and Candace? Well, we don't need to know where Don and Candace are. The very first video of Don while standing next to his son giving an interview, I noticed how clutched his hands were on his son's shoulders. I've never had a good feeling about that guy, and I think his son had been threatened to not say anything. Just my thoughts. You see where people's brains go, bro? You see what I mean? You see where people's fucking brains go? Like, these are people who watch too much fucking stupid television, dude. You know? Like, I watch stupid fucking television, but I don't fucking, like, make it like that's how I think. You know what I mean? These are people who watch some fucking, you know, like, Lifetime movie, and then they're like, oh, the most dramatic thing must have happened. So I got to figure out what that was. Like in her mind, there's this whole setting that took place where he fucking monologues the kid and threatens him. Like, I don't understand that, dude. See, people are already correcting him. Like, there's actually some decent comments in here. Somebody said, "Great job. I think they lost custody. I hope they now live their best life and we find Summer Wells and bring her justice soon." I mean, that's not a bad comment. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it. And then someone says the story of Robin trying to get the boys is said to not be true. Robin's husband would have to be on board. If they are all together and happy with the Foster family, that's all that matters. Agreed. And that's Saints Rock at all. I'm actually familiar with that person, but I agree with that. It's none of our business. That's like all these people are basically saying it's none of our business. If they want to be happy, let them be happy. Whatever makes them happy. I don't fucking know. The fuck? But he just sat here on this video stating these things about Summer as if they're fact, as these things about Robin Lane as if they're fact, when there's nothing. Yeah, it's crazy to me, dude. Like that these people just continue these crazy fucking narratives. Oh, look, this person's live right now. Let's listen in.
I don't know. Whatever.
Did you ever see Allie come there and park?
This lady's channel is a fucking.
Did you ever see Allie up there when the Wells were?
We used to go over this lady on Morbids. Oh man, Cuck Church. Shake it, baby. Shake it, Cuck Church.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
Sinner says Ryan Upchurch's mom isn't real. Just say it's funny. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, so we used to talk about this lady. This lady's name is Prayer Garden. This is a lady with like the foulest fucking mouth, right? But prays, and she just all she does is just spread rumors about the Wells. It's insane.
We're home. She said she came and fed the dog many times.
This is
when they were.
She's got almost 800 people watching her right now. Almost 800 people watching her, and it's just a river of fucking hate in this chat for Dawn and Candace. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking wild.
Her monster was supposed to be feeding the dogs during a certain period of time. Yeah, I've seen Allie come and go. I knew they're hanging out. I know who Allie is, all that, but I didn't really ever have much contact with Allie. I met and was around.
Everybody wants to insert themselves too. Oh, well, I know this person who knew this person who knew this person who claims to know the Wells. It's and they're always jump on these fucking stupid channels. Like this is bizarre. Like
around H more than I ever was Allie, but
Right.
Monster was around Allie quite a bit, and her family, for some weird reason, kept coming and, that type of thing. But, yeah, I mean, Allie was coming and going, but all those situations.
I mean,
are not
who
what they
gives a
describe.
shit?
Did Leslie drive her up there when she came up?
No, Leslie wouldn't take her out there. Maybe to feed the dogs. I don't know. Maybe to feed the dogs. Leslie might have. I don't know. Leslie said she wouldn't take Allie there because she didn't like him.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Like, what is going on?
It looked like a blue minivan to me, but I don't know.
Small blue minivan.
That's what it looked like to me.
We knew we would get to a point where it was going to be hard emotionally.
Bro.
Did you see where Don added in? And you say she didn't say a.
Do those people, and I'm not saying this to be a dick, I'm saying, like, just for the sake of fucking logic, do these people look like criminal fucking masterminds to you? Like, dude, all of the times that they've gone on YouTube channels, like, they don't ever slip, ever. People have said that. They think that Prayer Garden has a crush on Don Wells. That would make sense to me. That would make sense to me.
A small blue minivan. She said a blue minivan. He added a small blue minivan, right? He added that to it. Listen to him.
Person didn't remember that they saw.
Thought it was a four-wheel drive, like Ford Escape or a Bronco or
It looked like a blue minivan to me, but I don't know.
small blue minivan.
That's what it looked like to me.
She didn't say small.
He just said small. He just added the word small. I mean, so, like, so, I mean, it's a minivan. It's small. Why are you see what I'm talking about? How they're just picking this stupidity apart just because he added the word small to it? Did you hear that?
It's small. She just said blue mini. I mean, come on. What's going on here?
And other places, Candace said her mom's thing. But then in Dr. Phil, she says it just looked like whatever to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. But, she didn't even use the word small. Those were Don's words, not Candace's words.
Do you hear stupidity incarnate? You know what I mean? It's just pure stupidity just coming out into the world, bro. Like, it's being born. You know what I mean? That shit is fucking terrible. When you think of it as a fucking, that energy is now here. That stupid fucking energy is now here thanks to them. It came out of their faces. Let's see. The glare, Chris McDumbass had a doctor on the other day who told him in chat there isn't enough to accuse them, but these idiots think they know better. Right. And Chris McDonough is one of the fucking worst.
It's like, what's going on?
Nothing,
right?
you idiot.
What's going on there?
Probably because Don.
Bro, I said it before. I feel like this lady, this lady gives me fucking Hansel and Gretel vibes. Like the lady who she gives me vibes of like the lady that lives out in the woods and fucking catches children playing and fucking cooks them in a pie. in the fucking oven. I swear to God, that's totally what she fucking like reminds me of. Like, this lady sucks. She's fucking terrible.
Seen more of the vehicles and the things occurring around Dobbs the day prior than Candace did. Dawn's the one that would have been able to see the most of, and the cars there on the 14th then add them into the bullshit on the 15th, and the storyline since PG.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if you saw any big vehicles, because he was wanting to make it out like it was something that a man would be driving, not a soccer mom or grandmother minivan. And if you took note, he was like, shaking his head like, what the hell, this ain't going to work out for us, right? I mean, I don't mean to laugh.
Most of what y'all are hearing, and go by, even though everybody screams at Candace, most of what y'all are hearing is Dawn's story.
Right.
Everybody's like, "What? Well, Dawn's just out here telling what Candace is telling him." No,
dude.
Dawn's out here telling what Dawn's woven.
She fucking, like, if a fucking kid hits her screen door with a ball, she keeps it. Guarantee you. Fucking guarantee it. I bet you anything. I bet you fucking anything that, like, if she were fiction, right? If somebody were to write her in fiction, right? They would, like, have her fucking putting broken glass in the neighbor's dog dish or some shit because the dog won't stop barking. She's just giving me those vibes, dude. She's just giving me all those vibes. Like, just a mean, shitty ass old lady that just fucking like hasn't had the touch of a man in like 50 years, and just somehow or another, like, that part of herself just kind of just got all rotted and gross, and then she just got mean and fucking started fucking hating everybody, and yeah, like, long-term effects of not getting laid. That's the long-term effects. Like, long term. I'd say BHB is like halfway there. I wouldn't say BHB. She's not there yet. This lady's like super old, bro. Like, you can hear it. She has a cackle. Wait till she laughs. You haven't even heard her laugh yet. Wait till she laughs. Morbid used to have it as a fucking as a sound effect. I'm telling you, like,
and he's trying to keep control of even their story that he wants in a certain way, and he's been doing it since June 15th. And I think everybody up there and around is just holding on to their asses, trying to keep whatever Dawn wants going.
Yeah, but Candace said the word script.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they say a lot of things.
Cobweb Crew.
And then she also, have you noticed Candace not getting or like time getting away, or her not remembering?
She drinks.
Monsters are notorious for that. Look at our Monsters on Loves. I don't know. I don't remember. We'll have to have pictures. Well, I don't know. It's a game.
What the fuck are you saying?
Okay.
What do you think about?
I don't know. I don't remember. We'll have to have pictures. Well, I don't know. It's a game.
What did you just fucking say?
What do you think about Don when he threatened Josh?
Wow. Jesus Christ.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. 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 I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Thank you, Grandmaster Sid Sophos. But it's been a while for me. Yeah, I mean, who knows? But if I had to guess, it's been a minute. If I had to guess, I'd say, yeah, it's been a minute for BHB. But I don't think she's at like Prayer Garden level of like cobwebs. Just, I mean, like Prayer Garden's like sexual mojo is like an Indiana Jones fucking ruin that fucking has all kinds of goddamn booby traps and just fucking, it'll kill you, full of cobwebs and fucking snakes and shit.
I've heard worse. I think it is what it is. Josh,
But you've heard Don at his worst moments.
By who? Like, what do you mean?
Pam,
What do you mean?
Pam.
Like, what do you mean?
Pam, he said,
dude, what'd I tell you, bro? That was a light one.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
Nicole, I'm seriously gagging. Oh my God. This is fucking too much.
said
You
that
say
she
he
saw,
was worse. You've heard him say worse than that.
he said she had saw him
Dude,
literally.
you can't blame Don. He's constantly being fucking berated by the lab, by this lady, by fucking, I mean, he's finally seems to be realizing that every time he goes on one of these channels to defend himself, it just gives them more fuel to use against him. They take whatever he says, twist it up, and they've got more content for days and days and days. And I think finally he's catching on to this. But the whole thing, I mean, Don threatening Josh, I could imagine Don getting to a point where, you know what, dude, I'm sick and tired of your ass. I'm going to fuck you up. Like, I don't know what happened, but I could imagine him doing it, and I wouldn't blame him. Like, the shit these fucking people do, like, for content, they just sit up there and drag this guy. That's all they do, is they sit up there and just drag this fucking guy. And of course he's going to get pissed. He's not used to the internet. Now he goes down this rabbit hole that is this YouTube universe, and he doesn't know how to fucking react to it. The whole fucking world's sitting there fucking talking about him. I mean,
Attack an old gentleman on Valentine's Day. I mean, picking on someone way weaker than himself. So of course,
Shut the fuck up, you cunt! Shut it!
of course she has seen, she's seen that and worse out of him. Absolutely.
I mean, what y'all are hearing out here, even when you hear them say that's like Dawn, they're gonna stab Josh and try to do whatever. Man, that's just,
bro, what did she take fucking 10 Ambien and then fucking make herself stay awake? Like,
baby-fied bullshit for them. That would be an average I love you comment from these two fucking monsters, like mine and Dawn. That's not shit compared to what they say and do in real life. Like, I don't want to say real life, but to those around them, especially when eyes and ears and shit are turned, But I think that Dawn is exceptionally pissed with obviously Josh and Chris and the sisters, and he was definitely
Hey, Colt, I appreciate that. God bless. Summer from Utah Wells Army. Amen.
At the time, you think he said
That was just the entrance to Prayer Garden's veg. It was just the entrance. Oh my God. Here, I'll show it one more time. Oh my God. Travolta didn't know what to do.
he said that. Do you think he was drunk?
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious.
I think that whole panel drunk.
Yes, Jody Sue did see Summer. She did see Summer on June 14th. Yes, she did. Down by the road, playing with a puppy. She told us
PG
that times.
Monster's seen her the night before. I've seen her, I believe, 2 nights before. But it gets confused because I have last memory of her being at the house, the door, naked, all that stuff. And then I have a memory of her.
You're a little cunt.
Oh, hey.
Her being at the road with C and the others, and the puppy sort of falling down on it, and that would have, I believe, would have been on the 14th, but it's mixed for me, and it's because I think that memory of her at the door is very haunting. But that's the thing, it always hits my mind like that. Her at the door, the silhouette, she's eventually gonna tell whatever, but then just where my mind strikes, but
what?
It's like after that she did come outside and but my mind holds that, I guess, because she's so haunting, I don't know, but
dude, how in
either
the
way,
fuck?
Monster
I don't understand how in the fuck
on the 14th on night, but
people fucking, dude. I gotta look at this chat. I gotta see this chat. I mean, look at this shit. Somebody fucking super chatted her $5, and it says, "I will always support Summer Mommy Prayer Garden and Justin channel." That's another fucking that's another fucking winner right there, bro. Like, I can't even review that guy, dude. Like, I can't review. I tried it. Like, I can't review fucking, what's his name? Jaundice for All. I can't do it. Like, he is excruciatingly boring. Like, he I mean, let's get a little peek into what this dude is like. It's more or less like
okay, so today we're going to be talking about Summer Wells and why we know that Dawn and Candace did something to her. Because people who live their lives the way that they do, they shouldn't be taken care of.
Excuse me.
Children. They shouldn't be.
Dude, like I can't fucking do it. I can't do it with that.
But I think last I was up on it was 2 nights before, and it wrestles those two memories, her and the silhouette, and then her coming outside, and then the other one down in the roadway. They wrestle with one another.
What?
Right.
I don't even know what the
Right.
fuck you're talking about anymore.
You know,
Like,
have you ever seen Don and Candace being mean to them children?
okay, so this lady
PG.
certainly knows them.
There's a lot of things that weren't okay. It's
Jesus
like, you know,
fucking
you
Christ,
see
spit
them
it out,
do
lady.
a lot of things, or you hear a lot of things. But for me, it's like I remember, like, you know, being asked.
Like, lady, you're fucking killing me right now.
That's your seen him spank her. And that's the thing, PG. I'd never even really seen him spank them. You know what I mean?
So,
right.
But I know that other community members and things had seen, you know, Candace pull on, like use her forearm to hit
Today, Junior?
Summer through the face in public and checkout lanes and everything else over candy and all kinds of weird shit.
Oh wow.
I've got these community members.
I mean, like, so the lady right away is like, I've never seen them do anything to the kids, right? And then it's like she's got to give her something because she knows it's a Don and Candace hate channel, so she's got to give her something. And so she's like, well, people in the neighborhood, people in the community said this and this. I mean, more rumors. More fucking rumors. Explain to me exactly how any of this, because this lady is praised by her community as the advocate for Summer Wells. She's one of those people that says Summer Wells is mine. I love her. And it's fucking bizarre. Right? So she's one of these people who does this, right? But then, you know, people will fucking give her money for it. They just did. They super chatted her $5 and said to Summer Mommy Prayer Garden. It's fucking crazy. This is pure exploitation of this child. Somebody explain to me what any of what they're talking about does anything in finding Summer, does anything to help find Summer. What are we listening to right now that in any way, shape, or form helps find Summer or advocate for her in some way?
I know that one of my my family's long-term known people, they are very, very good, upstanding people with no criminal backgrounds or anything. You're like, I come out from behind that fucking register on that bitch.
They all say that same shit. Summer's Army, Summer's Army, you're not Summer's Army. You're just a bunch of assholes with nothing better to do with your fucking lives but fucking talk shit and spin rumors about real people that exist that are going through something that I hope none of you ever have to go through. Sinner gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, buddy. Congrats to Laura Lee, Jay Brimble, Annie is okay, Nicole B, Cachette. Right on. Thank you so much, Sinner. Appreciate it, buddy.
Told her if I got ever seen that again, whatever. And then they gave the candy to Summer, you know. And I believe them. And I know they're that type. They would have straight decked her in the mouth had they ever seen again. I know the liquor store guys about. I mean, all these things, right? And all these people, the gas stations they stop at, and the employees.
Oh, is that?
No more about them than anything.
Is that who that is? Now that should tell you that should tell you how much I listen to anything outside of facts that are verifiable. Because I've been hearing this woman's name for fucking at least a year and a half. I've been hearing this woman's name over and over again. And I've never given a fuck what she has ever had to say. Not once. Like, all I hear about her is that she inserts herself into this case. She's from what I understand, she claimed to have heard a scream. I have never listened to her before. No. Never once. I mean, yeah, so this makes a whole lot of sense now. That this is Jody Sue Brown. Fucking, yeah, more mud in the water. That's all she is. I'll tell you that right now. All Jody Sue Brown is. She is the virtual internet equivalent of fucking mud in a water. Just basically shit. Shit that clouds the water from being able to be seen through. Yeah, she sounds like a fucking junkie. I mean, I don't know if she is. I don't know. But like I said, man, she looks like she sounds like she took way too many sleeping pills and then just fought her way through it and stayed awake. But yeah, she's absolutely fucking exploiting this case for herself, which is just fucking disgusting.
But the thing is that I hadn't even seen them spank him. However, there are things while Monster was medically abusing me to a degree that was extreme, that then pop up later, but I had no recall of. There are a great many things that have come back.
I don't think that you recall 30 minutes ago, lady. I think that you are that fucking out of it. People listen to this fucking lady?
And
this is crazy to me.
There are all these things, right? All these things. But, and I can't touch on a lot of them because I try not to give extremely sensitive things that need to remain with just Ellie and Feds. And I
don't know what she's saying.
Those around Summer and others any more information on it. So, and you know, and that's just
what?
I mean, they told me I can say whatever I want to, but I'm not a dumb bitch. And there are certain things you do not give monsters, especially those known to weave and lie. And you don't give them advance warning of what the hell, or you don't give them. So what is?
Hey, listen, Jody Sue. What I want to ask you is, how long did Grandis live up there? Do you remember when Grandis first came there?
She was in and out over the years, but she did not take up residence in a more permanent manner until after attention was brought back on Rose's case.
So what?
So she was kind of just come and go. Was she up there when Donald's mother was still alive, or did she show up afterwards?
she wasn't there when, as far as I know, Miss Gold was there. Ever. You know, I don't even know.
None of this shit is relevant to Summer being missing. None of it.
It seems like she's been up there helping her. Well, I know she's been there since Summer was born. I'm just not sure how far behind that she had arrived.
Like, do you know when they brought the camper up there?
Yeah, and it would stay when she was in and out there sometimes, but I do know. The thing is, it's like it'd been there for quite a long time before. Yeah, Summer vanished. She would travel with it back and forth, though.
Have you ever seen any of the bears, the snakes, the coyotes?
I lived in the middle of the woods and mountains. I see them here every day. You know, we're in the middle of East Tennessee woods. But the bears were not an issue. Snakes, as long as you know them, are not an issue. And all that's like, I mean, why does it matter? Do you think that if a bear took Summer, there wouldn't be scent and evidence of that?
I swear to God, man, this lady's gonna nod out in mid-sentence, dude.
I'm just saying, somebody just
Snake
asked.
Lethal, you're looking at her in here, copperhead and rattlesnake.
I don't know what's more annoying, bro. Being around somebody on fucking crack or somebody on heroin. Like, I don't know what's worse. Like, they're both like miserable fucking experiences. Like, you've been around a fucking crackhead, they won't fucking shut the fuck up. They're just irritating. And smackheads, like, they're gonna fall asleep and drool, all like, you know, like just looking at them, it just makes you uncomfortable. Just watching them, just be like, oh, it's really disgusting. It's gross.
Snake, and both of those would have allowed time. Summer would have known she was bitten. She would have been in pain. She would have been yelling. There would have been enough time to get her medical care. Neither of those would be like, you know, some Amazonian type that would, you know, instantly kill or whatever, possibly coyote, any of that. Any predator here, there would have been absolute evidence of other neighbor. Everybody would have heard something. You get what I'm saying?
Thank you, Lisa Olden.
And there's no way that scent dogs, cadaver dogs, all these searchers, all the specialists, I mean, there's no way. So going down the animal avenue is just one of those goofy
What do you think about when Candace said?
I actually agree with her on that. They would have found something. Like, all that searching, they would have found something. If like an animal got her, if she wandered off in the woods, I just don't think so. I think that the dog scent stopped at a certain point, and that's it. I mean, it's very. I'm not going to say that I think that she has been abducted. I'm not going to say that. I don't know what happened. I don't have nearly enough information. I don't have remotely enough information to be able to responsibly speculate as to what happened to Summer Wells. Now, having said that, I still think that it's very possible, among many other things being very possible, but I still think it's very possible that she was abducted. And hopefully She's found safe. That's I still to me the advantage of not having enough information about a missing child or a missing person. To me, the advantage of not having enough information is as much a blessing as it is a burden. Because I could still have hope. There's an endless amount of possibilities to me that could make it to where Summer is found safely and brought back. We don't have any information to indicate that she's not somewhere safe, other than the circumstances in which she disappeared, which we don't know. But no, we can't even rule out aliens. You know what I mean? Of course, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying, yeah, it was possibly the aliens. I'm saying, like, that's how little information we have, is that we can't responsibly speculate as to what happened to her. So when you hear idiots like this running their mouth and talking about this and that and this and that has nothing to do with Summer. You know, none of it has anything to do with Summer. None of it helps find her. I mean, it's just
that nobody would do that as long as I was around. I mean, where was she?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Candy.
Hey, Colt 45. I appreciate the support, sweetie. God bless. God bless. Much love.
Whenever this lady says "God bless," man, it kills me. And her name's Prayer Garden, which is really funny. But I've heard her, dude. I didn't think that anybody could outcuss me. This lady,
you had to ask Candace.
This lady can outcuss a cusser.
Where she was.
Where did Grandma stay?
This lady could outcuss a cusser, dude.
Before she got that camper up there.
What do you mean?
I mean,
She was the camper, but I mean, there were times like as long as she would stay inside.
Right.
But turned on despise one another on the general.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these people are fanatical,
thing.
dude. These people are super fanatical. Like it's really insane. I mean, there's over 700 people watching this bullshit right here. They haven't said anything that's even remotely tangible. Like nothing interesting as far as what's going on with Summer. All this is now is the Dawn and Candace saga. I can't express this enough. I don't give a fuck about Dawn or Candace other than I hope that things work out for everyone. I hope that maybe they get their shit together and they get their kids back or whatever. But even still, I don't care enough to find out if they do. It's none of my fucking business. I don't give a fuck about what other people's lives are. Dawn and Candace are no different. They're no different. I don't give a fuck what Tom Cruise's life is like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck about anybody's personal life. I don't care if they're celebrities. I don't care if they're suspects in a crime. I mean, now if like you take the Idaho killings, right? Those four students from Idaho University. They as far as history goes, because it's such a crazy case, because what happened was so fucked up and crazy that yes, I'm going to want to take an interest in Brian Kohberger if he turns out to be guilty. I want to understand him better. Sure. But that's after the fact. That's after justice has already been sought out and gotten. You know, that's all I care about the justice first, and then I care about getting an understanding of the perpetrator. But Don and Candace, to me, are not perpetrators. I don't have nearly enough to think of them as perpetrators. I think that some of their actions are quite counterproductive to Summer being found, but I don't think it's deliberate. So I just don't, you know, I don't see these people as malicious. I just don't. Like, you look at their behavior, all they've ever done, like, these aren't people who they haven't filed any lawsuits. They haven't assaulted anybody. You know, they haven't done anything. They haven't gotten into these long, drawn out wars with YouTubers. Like, they haven't done none of this stuff. None of their actions are that of malicious people. Like, Don will get drunk once in a blue moon. I mean, not to say that he only gets drunk once in a blue moon, but once in a blue moon when he jumps on a YouTube channel and he happens to be drunk, once in a blue moon, what he'll do is fucking blow up. But I don't blame him. Now, I'm not saying that I don't blame him for using the N-word. Nobody should be using that word. But I'm saying I don't blame him for losing his temper. I don't blame him at all for losing his temper and just being like, fuck it. But what's really interesting to me about the fact that he will lose his temper under the influence of alcohol and God knows what else, he'll lose his temper, and yet not one slip up. Not one slip up of anything that happened to Summer. If he's responsible, if he did something, even though he was at work, but if he did something, well, why never a slip up? If he blows up and uses the N-word repeatedly in 2.5 years almost, this dude has never slipped on a YouTube channel completely inebriated. Ever. Neither has Candace. But nobody wants to factor this in to their thought process because it doesn't help their narrative of pointing pitchforks at them. You're going to tell me this dude who doesn't have enough sense that when he's on probation to not get behind the wheel of a car hammered drunk with a fucking gun when he's on probation. You're going to tell me that dude who lacks that kind of sense orchestrated and executed and covered up the perfect crime and has never slipped up? This dude is not that smart. No disrespect to him. I'm not trying to be a dick, you know? I'm just saying, if we're looking at this logically, it doesn't fucking add up. These people are not Lex Luthor, okay? They are not the greatest criminal minds of our time. How are they going to pull off the perfect fucking crime and to this day be so public as they have been and never slip? Nothing. I mean, sweet crazy. I hear you. Okay. I love that point, by the way. He's been a criminal his whole life. Right. You know how you know he's been a criminal his whole life? Because he always gets fucking caught. I mean, everybody wants to make that point. Oh God, he's got this criminal. That's okay. He's capable of committing crimes, but he's not capable of getting away with them, is he? His track record proves that he is not capable of getting away with these crimes. Right? So what in the fuck makes these people think, those 700 people in this chat right here, what in the fuck makes them think that this dude is capable of committing the perfect crime and being so public for 2.5 years? Revy Guns, that's my point. There is absolutely such a thing as a dumb criminal. Absolutely. What I'm saying is, whoever took Summer or did anything to Summer, if there is foul play involved, it wasn't done by a dumb criminal. And I would venture to call Don a dumb criminal. He's bad at it. Stop. Do something else. Stop breaking the law. Like, just do something else.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Exactly. This dude, there's no fucking way you're going to convince me. I love listening to just it's like a crowd of just stupid people. Like, this shit is the reason why Summer, we have no answers. This is the reason why. The TBI publicly said so. This is why we have no answers. And if you look at it, just look at the people surrounding this that are going after Candace and Don. All of them stupid. All of them. The ones that just, I'm not saying those who think that Don and Candace did something are all stupid. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the ones who make it a point to just badger and go in on harder about Don and Candace and just make it their constant content, like JLR, you know, like this lady. It's ridiculous. Dolly, I mean, and they're all morons. And this doesn't raise any red flags to anybody, you know?
Where do you get these fucking idiots, huh? Where do you get them?
Telling you, dude. I mean, it just doesn't add up, dude. It's yeah, all I see are a bunch of people trying to insert themselves in this case somehow. I don't know shit about Ernie Shell. I don't give a fuck about Ernie Shell. Give me a fucking police statement, a public press release that says that I got to give a fuck about Ernie Shell, and I'll give a fuck about Ernie Shell. Right. And then they were on the news. And the reason why they were on the fucking news was because they fucking put a digital poster of Summer's missing person poster in the movie theater in the mall in Kingsport, which is a beautiful thing. And they were there, and Layla Santinello's father and stepmother went there. and Brittany Ann showed her support to Candace. I thought that was beautiful. I mean, and then JLR wants to act like, oh my God, I hate that. I hate seeing them all. Like, okay, so pick a lane, bro. You know what I mean? Like either they're pieces of shit because they don't do enough to find Summer, or they're fucking guilty of something, so it makes you sick to see them doing something and acknowledging a kind gesture that helps put Summer's information and face out there. Like, pick a lane, dude. Yeah, Dark Angel, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't give a shit. Yeah, Betty said it because she heard JLR say it. Is there any Betty content? Like, so again,
Step one. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Mary. Good morning. Love to you all. And of course, our dear Sonia. As we are moving very rapidly toward the Christmas holiday.
You are now.
Hopefully you guys are prepared. But if you're not, don't worry. We got our beautiful Sonia in the house. She is ready, willing, and able to put you together your beautiful custom-made gift from the heart, as well as some crank gifts, right? Or should we say cranky pants gifts? Cranky sock gifts? I can keep going. I can keep going. Don't worry. I got this stuff for days, right? So we've got all these things, and we never want to forget our dear boy Dolly Vision and all of his goodies as well. These are great people that help do the work that we do.
Wow. She's so fucking wants this junk, dude.
And they also need support to continue their commitment and support to the cause. So go out, get your Christmas gifts. If you're not prepared, make yourself something really, really special and really, really cute. Sonia, give them your info. Give them your info. Hindsight 2020. Really nice to see you, Michelle. Really thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We try to just bring it up a little bit, have a little fun, because we're dealing with so much gunk, right? We're always dealing with all the icky gunk of society. Because we're true crime. We're true crime. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad. Big heart. Big hug and kiss. Big hug and kiss. But, you know, for the most part, we deal with gunk. So we try to make it a little fun, you know, try to lighten it up a little bit. We used to be one of the first channels that woke you guys up in the morning. And I'm sure we're going to get right back there, right? Because my sleep patterns are off. But, okay, so you're just walking across it. Listen to this. Listen to this. Okay, here's the crazy part. It's in my own backyard. I'm not lying, Nurse Nat Nat. I'm not lying. I'm going to go to mommy and daddy for money. You know, you just got to do what you have to do, right? So, ooh, that looks like a nice little lamp in there. Hey, can you give me a lift and a push?
I want to get to the open.
These people think their daughter in for a rude awakening. I'm going to put it on your shoulders. Not fun, right? That's my voice. That's my voice. And I love that song. I love that song. What is the other one? I can do a lot. I love. That's my voice. And I love that. And I love that song. I love that song.
Oh gosh, shut the fuck up.
What is the other one? Just I want to make sure that why? Because he was right there by my side. You guys don't realize how much work we put into Summer Wells. And you know what? I don't know if I'll ever put that much work into another case like that again. We were totally brutalized because they wanted to peddle lies while we were trying to peddle the truth. And that's what we're up against.
The truth as you see it? Because what truth? You don't have any truth. There's nothing that could be verified as truth. Other than where's Summer? That's it.
Against here because evil trumps good on YouTube. People are in for the clicks. They don't care about the information or whether it's true or not. They want to sit here and say, oh, Betty's lying because she said that he was at the Army Reserves instead of the National Reserves. Yeah, that was insignificant. I was talking about the man on a run, the fact that he probably is somewhere near his car. I could give two craps what rank or what
you always get information
entity
wrong.
he is in military. The bottom line is he's military. That's the point.
I made sure to fast
But it's just the stupidness, the pettiness. And here we go again. And it's like, I keep coming on here and everybody's just blowing up thousands and thousands of views over Summer Wells saying the same exact crap over and over again. And nobody's even caring about trying to really help. So you guys, I'm going to put it on your shoulders.
She always talks about helping.
You guys need to go find the good. And I don't need.
She always talks about helping, but never helps. You know what I mean? The work we do, all you did was get the fucking Wells fired for their fucking job. You had your people harass the fucking Humane Society there. That's not work. That's just you being a fucking Karen and an asshole.
Need there's content creators that don't go out in the field, like Jay is for Justice. At least she takes her time and really thoroughly looks at her cases, but even like Jay is for Justice, she doesn't really go out, but we could use her help in getting campaigns done and stuff like that. So go out there to your creators and the ones that truly want to help.
Bro, I could tell you this right now. Me and Jay is for Justice don't get along. Okay, big shocker there. But there was a time that we did. Right. And I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like JS for Justice doesn't give a fuck about this lady. I feel like the person that I did know would not give a fuck about this lady. Like nothing. She's not going to sit there and fucking Alfred Batman you in the fucking Bat Cave and do stuff for you while you're out there yelling at people through a fucking bullhorn. What are you, fucking insane? The hell do you think this lady, I don't like Jay's for Justice. She doesn't like me. But the fact is, she has more sense. I will give her that. She has a lot more sense than to get involved in the likes of that madness that these people have fucking displayed on YouTube for the last 2 years. Fucking insane.
The ones that are here to make an impact and help these cases, not just for the clicks and views, not just for their cash apps on misrepresented, conning you guys out of money right before Christmas. I'm talking about legit help. Like the stuff that I'm asking you guys to do is going to cost you your time. I'm not even asking for $1. I'm curious what other creator can say that, right? What other creator can say that? I don't even want you guys giving a dime, not 1 red cent. I just want your time and effort. Who can say that? Who can say that? Go out there, find some creators, tell them that we are trying to get some stuff going. We really want to help Summer Wells.
So demonetize every stream that you do about Summer Wells then, Betty. I challenge you. Every stream, since you're not asking for money and you just want to help Summer, demonetize every single video. Turn off your super chats when you talk about Summer Wells. Very simple. But she won't do that. You know why she won't do that? She would rather use the humility of not asking for money and saying, I don't need your money, in order to get people to go, no, but you can't stop me from supporting you because I love you. And she knows that's going to happen with her fucking idiotic chat. So, I mean, she won't do that.
Wells case. We're tired of it being on our rosters. We want her case moving forward. We want her, I'm going to say her parents, but we want whoever did this to her behind bars. And if that's what it's going to take, me saying whoever it is and letting you guys figure it out that it's the parents, I think, okay, all right, whatever. I think the people that truly believe that these people couldn't hurt their daughter are in for a rude awakening at some point, because I stand behind my work and I know my work was legit and I know how much work was in it and I know how much due diligence we did. This is when we were young. We were literally
when we were young.
cross-reference. We were like over cross-referencing. Like we were so scared to make a
It's a year
mistake
and
in
a half
Summer
ago.
Wells case. Like we did more work than was required to make sure that we were on point with everything with that case.
You were not on point with
everything.
anything.
We still have the idiot saying, "Oh no."
You didn't get anything right. You don't get anything right in any of the cases. Like, what are you talking about?
You're a liar. The parents didn't do it. Here's their cash app. Go give them money. Oh, no. I mean, give me the money on my cash app and I will give them the money. Let's not forget those. You send me the money and I'll make sure Don and Candace get the money, right?
I did that for his commissary. That shit chapped her ass real good. That shit pissed everybody off. I loved it. So when Don Wells is in jail, and I didn't give a fuck whether or not he had anything in jail. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really give a fuck. But I absolutely started a fundraiser for Don Wells while he was in jail for his commissary. And I think I raised like $600, something like that. And I sent it all to him. So my man was like eating fucking Little Debbie's for days. And I only did it just to piss off the people who hate Don so much.
At 50 cents on the dollar. I can't. It's too exhausting. It's becoming too exhausting to be on here. All right, guys. There's my. We had fun at the beginning. We kind of got a little, and then I kind of got a little, over the Summer Wells case, and it's just like I'm going to tell you guys this. This is what's going to end up happening, and I'm going to tell you because I don't lie. People want to say I lie.
I mean, I think they have R. Marie. I haven't heard about them joining panels or anything lately. I haven't really seen anything. I think they've at least gotten a lot better.
I have never come after somebody without them knowing I'm going after them because I'm not a sneaky bitch. Excuse my language. I know they're pastors. Sorry, I cussed a few times. I'm just trying to raise money. I'm trying to raise money for Jen Santinello. So forgive my cussing. If anybody wants to donate to our swear jar for all of my cussing, please consider doing so. Every single penny that says it's for the cuss jar or swear jar will 100%.
Somebody posted, I think it was Blank Screen, posted on Twitter. I think it was Blank Screen. I'm not sure. Posted on Twitter like her. Actually, I don't think it was Blank Screen, but I don't remember who it was. Posted like her trashing SF Investigates again. And like this dude, like, let me show you guys something. Okay. Let me show you guys something here. I mean, let's see. I mean, you just look at all of the shit, dude. This dude did like over the last few days. Here's a drone. This guy came out to Tennessee. What he did was he organized a search for Layla Santinello. And I mean, I'm talking about an organized search. Like, he's certified search and rescue, and he, like, the real deal where everybody like registered, met up, everybody was accounted for, just a really, really good organized. And I gotta tell you, I'm going to tell you this. Give me a second here. Let me see what other stuff he's got. Look, this is him searching right here, man. Like,
we've covered a lot of ground, but no luck so far. Good group of people showed up. Not nearly as many signed up. It's very interesting who didn't show up, though. I think it's just as telling. I think there's something to be made of that. Read into, but we need a miracle here in the last hour.
So
we're down to about the last hour.
I mean, you see what I'm talking about. This dude, now, this is what I'm going to say, okay? And I'm not discussing the Layla Santinello case anymore unless there's updates, okay? I have it on good authority that case right now is beyond a little fucked up. Like beyond a little fucked up. I have it on good authority that that's what's going on with that case right now. And I think I've done everything that I can with it, where I shared, I went over all the information. I had her mom or stepmom and dad on here with SF. And we discussed everything, and they were able to put whatever information they wanted out there. But as I said, that case is not in a very promising place right now. I can't go into detail about it, but part of the reason why it's in this place right now is loosely because of Bullhorn Betty as well. She plays a hand in it. And not deliberately and not knowingly, just very carelessly. But I'm really hoping for good news, but it's just it's in a really weird place right now. So, and I feel really bad, man. I feel really bad for her family. It's crazy to me because SF left the case. And so did Chloe. I think it's amazing. And I think it really shows something about Betty's character to trash talk SF, because even though he left the case, he's still after the fact, long after the fact, he still organized and executed this search. And that was a really great thing for him to do. So a big shout out to him for that. And it's just, yeah, it's really sad what's going on with that, because there's just I wish I could say more, but what I know is, like I said, it's on good authority, but it's still word of mouth, you know what I mean? And you guys know I don't like to do that, no matter how reliable it seems. I try not to do that if I can. But it's in the investigation is in a tough place. Much like Summer Wells case, more or less, is in a tough place. I'm not saying how or why. I'm just saying that's all I could say is it's in a tough place right now. Yeah, she doesn't know anything. Like, it's just really funny to me. She doesn't know anything. Like, she doesn't have any, like, she can't grasp any concept that even resembles the fact that what she's doing is damaging more than helping. Her approach to it. And I think that her approach to it is just a reflection of her character. When I talk about these things, my focus is on these particular parts of the case and these aspects of the case. Hers are of something else, and they consist of whatever she can quickly gain from, something she can benefit from it. Like if she looks at it from a perspective of how can I benefit from talking about this case or dealing with this case. And it's dangerous because she convinces herself that she's doing it for the good of the victim. And she's not. You know, nobody who's not a professional should be interfering in any way, shape, or form in these types of investigations. They should not be knocking on doors, you know. And some people are like, well, you support Turtle Boy and blah, blah, blah. Turtle Boy's different. Like, the fact is the situation with Turtle Boy is there is absolute evidence. Like, there is so much evidence that merit questions. And if he didn't shake those things up and expose those questions and go about getting those questions answered in the manner that he did, we would not see so much of this odd behavior. This is something, it's one thing to go knocking on doors when you don't know anything about a case. But when you actually go out and you do real investigative work, which is what Turtle Boy did, real investigative work, and have all of these court documents that are available, everything that shows that this investigation, at the very least, is shady as fuck. So when you have that evidence and nobody is doing anything about it, well, then you shake things up. I would actually respect Betty or JLR if they were actually doing that when it came to cases where there was not justice taking place, but there was a process of justice taking place with the Quentin Simon case, and she was not letting that happen. They were building a case. It takes time to build a case. You're not a professional. You are not a law enforcement agent. But when you have someone in jail and the evidence against them is so weak, and there's damning evidence of the people that were in the same house that she wasn't even in, but the victim was, and there's very damning evidence, and the statements are all bullshit. Like, it's in your face. The Karen Read situation is in your face. Now, again, I don't know if she's innocent or guilty. I don't think she's guilty, but I just don't see a universe where she's going to be found guilty in a court of law. I just don't see it. The the evidence is just too weak. And the case was absolutely mishandled by the lead investigators in so many different ways, not just in one or two ways, in so many different ways. And you have to wonder, because at the end of the day, it's like the people of Canton deserve justice. Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, I don't think, based on the evidence, the only reason that I haven't completely said I think Karen Read is absolutely innocent is because I feel like we don't know what's going to come out in trial. I mean, you know what I was thinking about today? I wonder if her car records the reverse, right? You know how the cars now, like SUVs now have like a screen on the dash where instead of using a mirror, I wonder if they have footage, you know? Because that would be the smoking gun. But that's some kind of evidence like that would have to be what gets her convicted. Some sort of evidence like that. But I don't even see that happening. I just don't even see that happening. So, you know, but the bottom line is the people of Canton deserve more from their law enforcement. I mean, but there's just so much. There's so much that makes it seem like there's a cover up. And I don't think it's that far-fetched, you know? I really don't. I don't think it's that far-fetched that these cops colluded and looked out for each other, and people in higher places of power in that town, you know, helped them out. You know, I don't I don't think it's that far-fetched. I think it happens all the fucking time. And it's a bad look, you know, like it's a bad look for them that they arrested Turtle Boy. It's a bad look for them. He's charged with all these felonies. And now he's not going live. He's only premiering pre-recorded videos because he's afraid something's going to get taken and twisted and he's not going to get to spend Christmas with his kids. And that's a fucking sad thing. Like, that's terrible because I went over the charges and I'm telling you, they twisted everything. They omitted shit. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. The case against him is weaker than the case against Karen Reed. And all it does is just make people look at Turtle Boy like he's onto something. You know, it brought more attention. I mean, it's just, yeah. And it's just common sense to look at it like that. You know, like Jennifer Coffenoffer's dumbass fucking posts some other shit today. Let's look at what she posted before we wrap this up. Where is that shit? It was something really dumb too, man. I was just like, what? Okay, here we go.
Use your brain, okay? And I've messaged people about this and they want to argue about it. I'm not looking for an argument. This is a direction, a directive. Either you trust me or you don't. Okay? So trust me. When I say something, just fucking please don't argue. Just trust me. That's it. Okay? That's it.
Okay, so what's the context in that? She's trying to put this. Let's read the post, right? Only one has to only examine the words of Karen Reed herself to understand the links of her immorality. It has been clear that the blogger well knew the scam, and this text from Karen Reed to the blogger makes that truth evident. The blogger is apparently closed for business, at least for now, concerned about being arrested again on other charges related to what law enforcement has found on his 6 seized phones and on his computers. From experience, people utilizing 6 phones at once are up to no good personally or legally. Dude, What a fucking idiot. So she's saying that he's taking a break from YouTube and going live. She's implying that it's because of what they found on his phones, which she wouldn't fucking know that. And then she goes on to say, in any event, if I were a member of her defense team, I would quietly step down. No amount of money could, like, listen to that. Like, what? I would quietly step down. No amount of money could convince a defense attorney with any moral character to stay. But she has about $250,000 in the coffers, so they will likely be around unless the funds run dry. This case has been all about deceit, false accusations towards innocence, and money. Hoping the paradigm in this case shifts to justice for John O'Keefe and justice for the falsely accused victims. So this is that one thing here. Now, this was interesting too. And I know I posted my reply to her. I wonder if she removed it. Oh yeah. So what I said was my response to that, because she's just taking a jab at him while he's down, knowing that he has to be a good boy and keep quiet right now because he just doesn't want to shake the tree. He just doesn't want to make waves. He doesn't want to take any chances because Christmas with his family is what's most important to him, and he doesn't want to take the risk and give them any leverage. So what I tell her in response to that ridiculous post is, I said, still sharing the text from a clearly doctored thread. In wrestling, there are two types: the face, the good guy, and the heel, the bad guy. You always know the heel because they take cheap shots when the face is down or incapacitated in some way. What would you call this post? Which is exactly what this was. This was just her little, like, method of trying to bully, take a jab, knowing that, because she just doesn't like the dude. And it's pretty pathetic. It's pretty pathetic and sad. Give me just 1 second, guys. Appreciate you guys. Sorry about that. So now let me see if I can find this real quick. Now, you guys remember when I discussed that text thread. I went over that text thread, the entire thread. And there were people in chat that were explaining it to me, but I had no confirmation of it. So now Turtle Boy posted this earlier tonight. And it says here, Natalie Berschneider, Week, claimed to, I don't know how you say her name, claimed to be Karen Reed's best friend from college and acted as an intermediary between me and the subject of my reporting. Turns out they barely knew each other, and Natalie was just a psycho who wanted her 15 minutes of fame off the story. Here is the evolution of how I realized what a psycho she is and why she is now aligning with the McAlberts and the state police. She also might have an entirely different identity than the person she claims to be. So he's got this article here. So this is the thread. So he took his own screenshots. Because remember, I was like, how did Coffindoffer get the screenshot? You know? It did make sense to me because it had to have been the person talking to Turtle Boy. And I don't think Karen Reed would do that. And it obviously was not Karen Reed. This person was acting as though she was an intermediary. So Karen Reed didn't even say the things that Jennifer Coffindoffer is saying that she said. According to Turtle Boy, it was this person who was lying about the interaction or about the nature of her association with Karen Reed, who just wanted her 15 minutes. So, which makes a whole lot of fucking sense. Because I'm sitting there trying to make sense of this when I went over it the other day. So, but this is Turtle Boy's finally response. Because remember, I was like, I haven't even talked to Turtle Boy. I don't know. I'm not going to ask him because it could be something that I probably shouldn't know. But he did make this post. And he wrote this article. And I don't know if this is the article. Okay, so the first time I ever really looked into the Karen Reed case was on April 17th, 2023. I had seen an NBC 10 headline about a Google search for how long to die in the cold and saw that an attorney named Alan Jackson said that the case against his client Karen Reed should be dismissed as a result of that exculpatory search. Excuse me. Until then, I had forgotten about the Karen Reed case and didn't remember her name. I remember the headlines in February 2022 when she was arrested and charged with manslaughter for accidentally hitting her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, and leaving him to die in the snow. I remember feeling bad for John's family, but also for her because she had to live with it. When police officers are killed, it's usually the type of story I look into. But after a brief background search into Karen Reed, it looked to be a horrible accident, and I didn't have a strong take on it. But the news of the Google search sent me down a rabbit hole. I began to consume the court filings, and the more I read, the more shocked I became. I realized that I was sitting on potentially the biggest story I had ever written, and prepared myself for a long night of research and writing. At around 6 p.m., I made an announcement that I was working on the story, and the feedback the post elicited indicated that many had seen the headlines and wanted to know more. Now, hold on. I would just want to get to this. Okay, so look, here's this lady, Natalie. First, I want to thank you for standing up for Karen. She's a friend of mine since college, and this whole thing is a nightmare. Okay, so she just inserted herself in the whole goddamn thing. Let's see. After the post went up and was viewed thousands of times, I was contacted by a turtle writer named Jen Altman. Jen is rather vocal on social media and had voiced skepticism about the state's narrative from the beginning. On April 13th, she was contacted on Facebook by a woman from Los Angeles named Natalie, however the fuck you pronounce her name, I don't know, who claimed to be a close friend of Karen from Bentley University and wanted to thank Altman for her support for her friend. Shortly after that, Altman got me in touch with Natalie to help me with the background research on the case. Although I had the court documents in front of me, all the names were confusing me, and I didn't have pictures for a lot of them. Natalie helped fill in the blanks, and I was missing as began to write the story. She appeared to be very close to Karen Read. And here are some of her messages. Do you know who Turtle Boy is? He has a blog coming out about Karen and the case. Do you have any pictures of Jennifer McCabe and her sister? I'm currently working on perhaps the craziest story I've ever written involving a Boston cop possibly being involved in murdering. Okay, so I don't know who this thread is between. Oh, Jennifer Altman and the Natalie lady. Okay, that's who this is. I put you in touch with them. See your messages. A lot will happen today. Thank you so much for putting us in touch with Turtle. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. All right, so now it's a group text. So now it's Natalie and Jennifer and Turtle Boy. Natalie, I'm getting in touch with Aiden Carney, who is Turtle Boy. He's doing a blog on Karen and the whole cover-up. He's the best investigative journalist anywhere. Thought it would be good to connect you two since you're so close with Karen. Hi, Altman. Thank you for putting us in touch. Let me ask Karen for her blessings. Jesus, I am so sorry. I would love to get the word out about this. I understand there has been some coverage, but this should be the biggest story in the news, and Karen should be immediately exonerated. And I agree with that, actually. There's just not even enough evidence. Jen McCabe is top left brunette in jeans jacket. Altman, can I call you on my way home? What is this from? The first hearing when I got home. I'll find photos. I mean, yeah, all of this. It says Karen Read would not speak with me. So Natalie became my source of information, and she seemed to have answers to all my questions. Effectively, she was asking as an intermediary between the reporter and the subject of his reporting, passing messages along, but not really knowing the answers herself. Natalie and I spoke on a daily basis and became buddies rather quickly. She seemed like a resourceful, caring woman who simply wanted to help her good friend. Her seeming devotion to Karen's cause from 3,000 miles away made me think that her goals were altruistic. Boy, I was wrong. I don't have access to my phone, so I can't reproduce our text conversations, but Natalie would message me all hours of the day about the case, as well as her personal life. She sent me videos of herself screaming like a lunatic at other drivers during LA rush hour traffic, and another video of her 5-year-old daughter locked in the bathroom. What? When I would speak to her on the phone, she would be rude and dismissive towards her husband, Mark, who she would complain to me about constantly. I had no interest in that sort of conversation, but didn't mind talking to her about the Karen Read case because I was consumed with the story. However, I could see how others would find her smothering. I know exactly the type of who he's talking about. In mid-June, I was contacted by a couple documentary producers from Southern California. Natalie had told me that she had rubbed elbows with them with a lot of famous people from her time running her mother's high-end furniture company, and believed that my reporting on the story had potential to be a Netflix-level documentary. When I gave her the name of one of the companies, I had been in talks with Natalie, got in the contacts with the company's president within an hour, and had inserted herself into it. She claimed that she wasn't looking for fame or recognition, but clearly she wanted to be part of the story. She said, I need to cool off, communicating with you constantly. I begged you last night to give me the night to unplug, and then I get literally a dozen more texts about this documentary and how suddenly the producer is contacting you and you've inserted yourself into it. This is the exact opposite of what I asked you to do to help me out last night. I needed a break because I had an insane day and I needed to rest to try to clear my head and calm myself down. You proceed to blow up my phone until close to midnight. This keeps happening, and I am incredibly bothered by it. Same thing with negative comments that I begged people not to send me. You still had to send me stuff. Please give it a rest. Please do not reach out until I contact you again. Karen. I sent her like 6 texts. Why is everyone such an asshole here? Wow. As it turned out, Karen barely knew Natalie, and the two of them did not run in the same social circles at Bentley. Natalie just saw Karen's story in the news and wanted to be part of it. I'm assuming that Karen was in a position where she would take whatever kind of help she could get. So for her to be so stern with Natalie about blowing up her phone, I knew that Natalie had likely gone too far. Okay, so Turtle Boy's not saying that she lied about talking to Karen, but I couldn't imagine being in Karen Reed's position and having to deal with the stress and anxiety that comes along with being framed for murder. Quite frankly, if she was upset and asked for space, I thought her request should have been honored. I'm sure dealing with Natalie's daddy issues was the last thing she needed on her mind. But instead of respecting Karen and giving her a week to cool off, Natalie complained to me about what a bad friend Karen was and how Natalie was just texting Karen 12 times in a row to let her know about her 5-time Emmy winner client. She sounded vengeful when she said that she could be a son of a bitch too. Wow. Yeah, see, you can kind of get the nature. I sent her like 6 texts. Why is everyone such an asshole? Here, I help everyone. I didn't insert myself. All I did was ask a client who's a 5-time Emmy winner her opinion. And she said all is good. So I was just reporting back to Karen. Oh, I know her type. I have done nothing but defended her from the beginning. Now I might talk to Brian and show how everything and all this came about. I could be a son of a bitch too. Oh my God. It doesn't matter. Everyone is a jerk and I could be one too. I cannot believe one sends me a text like this when my heart has always been in the place. This is such a low blow from her. I'm devastated and humiliated. I can't talk. I'm too upset. Like, see, there's something very interesting about that. Because the way that I see that is she got really, really offended. There was absolutely no empathy towards Karen Reed. You know, the one who she believes is being framed for murder, for murdering her boyfriend. Okay? So there's no empathy towards how she's feeling right now and how stressful that might be for her. It's all about her. She's, can you believe that? I help everyone. I do everything for everybody. Whenever I hear people talk like that, I know so much about them. I know all I need to know about them. People who are like, I do everything for everyone else. When's it going to be me? That means that you're always trying to like angle for yourself. You're telling me without telling me that you're always trying to angle for yourself in some way, shape, or form. And you don't even know it when you're doing it. People like that get on my fucking nerves. I do everything for everybody. I ask for nothing in return. Like, you're bitching about it right now. You know what I mean? Like, if it was just for the kindness of your heart, you wouldn't even fucking think about it. You wouldn't even talk about it. You know? Like, and you're saying this about somebody who you is sitting here who's facing life in prison for something that you're saying that you don't even believe she did. So, third party. You know what I mean? Like third party. Jennifer Coffendorfer uses a thread from a text from that woman's phone. And that's supposed to be evidence? That's supposed to be an admission of guilt? And it wasn't even an admission of guilt. It was perfectly understandable, but when you take it out of context the way Jennifer Coffendorfer did, it spins a narrative. See, when you're telling the truth, you don't have to spin a narrative. That's the interesting thing about the truth. That's my favorite thing about the truth. The truth, you know why I'm honest all the time? Do you want to know why? I just like consciously make it a point to never lie. Is because I'm lazy. I'm lazy. That's the fucking truth. It's so easy to just tell the truth because I don't have to think about it. I don't have to do anything with it. It's just there. It's, you know, the truth is there. I say it. It's done. Like, it's because I'm fucking lazy. Like, to sit there, I don't understand, like, to put that type of energy into taking something and trying to make it something else. And then trying to keep up with it. Now you have to argue with people about it. Now you have to defend it. Because somebody with common sense is going to go, no, that's not what that says. That's not what that says at all. It's too much work, dude, to do all that. I don't understand people who do this. I'm honest because I'm fucking lazy. It's that simple. It's too much fucking work to be a liar, bro. It's too draining. It's too much. Like, I don't understand people like this. I don't understand people like Coffendorfer. Like, what does that do for her? What does it do for her to sit there on fucking Twitter and just make shit up? You know what I mean? How does she benefit from that? Right. My memory sucks too bad to lie as well. I can't. It's too much. Yeah, I just don't have I just don't have it in me, man, to like put that much work into just being a fucking liar. Like there's times where like I'll make shit up for fun, you know, when I'm talking to a friend, you know, or a significant other if I happen to be with somebody, you know. Like I'll fuck with I remember I was seeing this girl. Well, I wasn't even like actually it wasn't even a lie, actually. But I was seeing this girl, right? And I had a poster of Abbey Road, right? I had a poster of the Abbey Road cover from the Beatles, right? And I just to fuck with her a little bit, I was like, there's a fifth Beatle in that picture. There's a fifth Beatle in that photograph. Do you know where it is? Right? And she'd be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And she's like, there's clearly four. There's clearly four of them. And I'm like, no, there's a fifth Beatle. You don't see the fifth Beatle? And this went on and on and on. And in the picture, there's a fucking Volkswagen Beetle. And it's all she had to do was just look at it. It's all she had to do is just like, so I'll do stupid shit like that, you know, like, or I'll just make up some bullshit about something. I remember I was dating another girl a long time ago, and I was like, I was like, you know, the fobs, the electronic key things that they call fobs that you swipe to get into, you know, either an elevator or your front door to your building or whatever, right? So I no, I mean not necessarily, but you know, it's not that I prefer gullible women, no. And no, these women are actually much smarter than me. Each one that I just brought up were both much smarter than me. They're just little simple things it's easy to fuck with. So I was like, yeah, the fob. So you know how they came up with the name for that? The guy who invented them, he was a big Talking Heads fan. And so, you know, he thought about he thought about how somebody got into one of these buildings and he was a psycho killer, you know. And so the song inspired him to name it a fob because the Talking Heads song was psycho killer, fa 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 fa, right? So I just beat that fucking bullshit into her head for fucking like hours because she kept saying, no, it's not. That's the stupidest fucking. Yes, it is. And then I'll do stupid shit like that to be playful, but I'll never like do some shady shit and then fucking lie about it and then like gotta keep up with this fucking lie. That shit's exhausting. That shit is fucking exhausting. Right. No, I mean, I probably wouldn't even be interested in her if she actually believed that. The whole fun of it was trying to convince her of something and make her doubt herself when she's going, he's totally full of shit by being so persistent with such a ridiculous fake fun fact. That was the whole point, was to get her to fucking, you know, shut up. Leave it alone. Shut up. Yeah, I just troll. That's what I do. But I can't fathom. I don't understand. Like, can you imagine like someone like that, like this person, this Natalie person, how draining it must be to just lie on a constant basis. Yeah, but that's different. There's no keeping up with that. There's no keeping up with that. I mean, it's just, yeah, you just lie and you say no. You know what I mean? It's real simple. No, looks great. That's an easy lie to keep up with. No, you look great. No, you don't look fat. That's crazy. What? You fat? No way. You're gorgeous. That's all you got to do. It's not, there's nothing to that, you know? Yeah, I feel that, Rubicon. I feel that. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a shit ton. This is going to get crazy, Scott McGinnis. This is going to get fucking crazy. Like, once this shit goes to trial, it's going to bring out all the fucking, yeah. I mean, I'm going to be interested in watching the channels that always get, you know, a lot of fucking views. They have hundreds of thousands of subs because they'll talk about this. They'll cover this trial when it happens. But I'm going to be interested in those who are too afraid to really examine this case and express their opinions on it. I'm going to be interested to see what they think during trial, if it goes the way that I think it's going to go. I'm really interested to see what some of those creators who have been quiet this entire time about this, because once this goes to trial, everyone's going to be talking about it. And the reason why everybody's going to be talking about it is because of the discoveries that Turtle Boy has made and the fact that he got arrested on top of it. So I hope I can watch from jail. What are you talking about, Scott McGinnis? Why are you going to jail, bro? Deborah Lyons, we're talking about the Karen Reed trial for the murder of John O'Keefe. Oh, yeah. I mean, is it really protesting or is it just showing support for her? You know? I mean, it's assembly, that's for sure. It's assembly. But I mean, so far, I haven't seen anybody, you know, but I don't think I think that them arresting Turtle Boy was as far as they're gonna go. It shined way too much light on them. It shined way too much light on them. The arrest of Turtle Boy was like, wait a minute, that didn't go the way we planned. Again, the Streisand effect took place there. So, yeah. Yeah, I with the evidence that I've seen, I do believe her to be innocent currently. But like I said, I'm still holding out for trial to see, you know, again, I don't know what the prosecution has and what they don't have. It's going to be on them to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, and they seem confident enough to be able to take this to trial and win. But I just don't see it. It's with what's made public, their case is way too weak. Case against Turtle Boy's fucking weak. It's even weaker. I mean, it's so obvious. It's absolutely obvious that they twisted context of certain videos, things that he said, on top of even omitting certain things. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I just don't see him getting convicted. I just don't see a jury listening to, you know, a very obvious defense taking place and then being like, yeah, he did it. Oh, see, I don't know about that. I mean, all I know is everybody in that fucking house is lying. That's what I fucking know. No way Nicole Albert slept through all that fucking shit going on in her front lawn, dude. Like, get the fuck out of my face. There's no way. There's no way. I think Ryan Nagel's telling the truth. So, because his shit was detailed, man. His statement was detailed. So, but we'll see. We'll see when it comes to trial. But guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, especially so late, man. It was a late one tonight. But you guys are absolutely fantastic, and I love you guys. I love hanging out with you. So, again, love you, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.